So for this class, we're using Unreal Engine. And if you haven't already played around with it, it is free to use. I like to explain why I chose Unreal as the engine that we're using. A couple years ago when I was making the choice and taking over these classes, it was between Unreal and Epic. And it was at the same time that Epic had a little Epic issue with them changing the pricing model. And the pricing model for Unreal Engine is that game developers' royalties apply after $1 million. I kind of figured any one of us would be happy to pay if we've made $1 million off of a game that we made with Unreal Engine. I know I personally wouldn't mind paying if I make that much money. So that's why I chose to go with them as opposed to the issue that Epic had. It also helps that I teach the C++ classes, and this base is in C++ and Blueprints. And Blueprints are very nice and helpful. So that's why I chose Unreal. You have to have an Epic account. So I have like an Epic account, and you'll have to make one if you don't have one. And you sign in, and you download the launcher for Epic, and you get it up and running and installed. And you go over to the library section, and you'll see that you have a place where you could have engines, and you'd have a little button here that you push that I think if you hit it, you should get the 5.7.4 that I currently have installed, but since I already have it installed and I don't want to uninstall it, that's what you would do, is like hit that button and get that to install, and then you'd download and install it. Just be aware, it is fairly large. I currently have 109 gigabytes for this, but I also have two versions, and I'm keeping two versions for the time being because this one has starter content that this one doesn't. So I'll have another video on how to add starter content that I'm going to upload and provide for you so that you could have it installed with this. So that is the basics of getting in here and getting it launched or installed. So then we just hit launch. You might have to acknowledge things like that just popping up about the getting things installed when you're launching. And then it might take a while. Just be aware, this is not always, especially this first part, is a slow process. My suggestion, start it up and go get a cup of coffee or a soda or something, because it'll take you a bit. See, we're at 40%, 70%. It can jump quickly, but it can also take a while. I'm going to pause it while it works. You might also have to do some security checks with Epic. I know I've had to have things like this where you say, yes, I'm human. And so now we have Unreal up and running. I suggest playing around in this and looking at different things that come up and stuff. I do like this at the bottom where you can have it open up to your most recent projects. Currently we don't have any, but we will eventually. So that's kind of nice sometimes. I know I'm lazy. I like going directly there instead of having to click multiple buttons. We don't have any of my projects right now, but if we did, we click there and it'd open it up. But there's news, there's forums, there's documentation, tutorials, sample project. Take a look around, see what's available. It is a fairly, flashy, fun engine. So what we're going to do is just go look at the new projects, and this video I'm just going to talk about what you have available to you, and then I'll have another video. The next video I will go about making our first project. So you can see here, right, you have all these different projects. This has been updated for if you've gotten into previous versions. So just so you know, this intro to Unreal, you can make one and it talks to you about information about it. So read through these. This is a blank one. They have a first-person shooter. They also have variants on each one of these, which is kind of fun. A third person, and there's some a side scroller. It's kind of like a 2D model version of it, a platforming, a top-down one with a couple versions, and then there's also a vehicle one. I taught a summer program last summer, and a lot of the students really enjoyed the vehicles because you just got a car that you could drive around. Someday I want to try the virtual reality thing and see if we could get that to work, because I think that'd be a lot of fun. But so this is the main thing. So you're going to be picking things. There are other options here, but we're going to stick with games because this is game development class. The other thing down here is I suggest you go and find where you want your folders collected. Like I have an extra hard drive, an F drive, and I have a folder that's specifically for Unreal. I made this specifically for this so that I know where all my data is. I suggest you do the same, and I also suggest that you have very good, you have a lot of disk space on whatever drive you're going to be using. Most of the time, I've gotten these down, I've kept the files, the folders pretty small, but I've had some students in the past who created very large, they download a lot of stuff to it, right? And because of that, it will bloat up your folder size. Anything you download into it, right, is going to go into your one project. So you could have same copies of the same thing in multiple projects, which can just increase the hard drive size you're using. So just be aware of that and be considerate of your disk space usage so that you don't overfill your drive. But that's what I have for right now, and I will see you in the next video.